and gentlemen, Jackie Mason.
Thank you, thank you. God bless you. God bless you. That's very nice of you. It's a thrill to see me in person. But this is one of the greatest shows that we ever had. It can happen right now. How many times have you heard that in front of every show? So the only difference is we tell the truth. This is a very fascinating topic we're going to be involved with today that's very relevant to everybody's life. Because whether you happen to be a homosexual or gay is not the question. The question is how are their lives affected by all the rest of the people who might not be gay or homosexual? Why is it that there's gay bashing going on in this country to such an extent that's almost unprecedented? Why are people so disturbed by somebody else's gayness? Why should they fight with him? Why should they want to attack him? Why should they want to abuse him? What is this resurgence of venom and hostility towards them? It's a disgusting element in our society that's taking place right now. We're also going to discuss the whole question of rights. In what way do they threaten your rights? By the demands they're making for their own rights. Like in terms of education. Should they really be teachers? Should they be allowed in the military? Should they not? Who am I talking to? I don't know how many of you know, Perot made an announcement that he was destroyed by the Republican campaign against him, and that's why he quit the race the first time. There was a dirty tricks campaign taking place by the Republicans. Did you hear about it? They were about to destroy his daughter's marriage. They were about to take fake pictures of her to make her look like a lesbian. Did you hear about it? They were literally going to wipe out her whole marriage and create a whole tumult there. And he says that that's why he quit. At the time that he quit, he said he quit because he didn't want to be a third-party candidate. He might have to go into the House of Representatives. It will destroy the whole political process. And besides which, it's not his type of character to bother anybody. He's a quiet person. He don't know why he got involved. He's sorry it's not for him, so he went home. Now we found out that they were attacking his whole daughter's wedding. This is 3 months ago. How did he find out now what he knew 3 months ago? Why didn't he tell it to us 3 months ago? Everybody's asking him questions, and he got the same answer. None of your business. He has no proof of anything. Did you read about it? He has no proof. He says it happened, and that's it. They said, how did it happen? It happened because people came, they took a picture, they said that, we back in. They said, you have any proof? I certainly do have proof. About what? None of your business. Well, I think if we allow this to continue, it'll wipe us all out. What's going to do? I don't know. Not only that, he's a little hero because on the situation in Vietnam, when he was fighting to release the MIAs, the Viet Cong came to his house. Did you read about this? Supposedly came to his house, and in the middle of the night, they threatened to wipe out his whole family. They said, how do you know this? He said, a very respected friend of mine told it to me. So who is this man? Can't tell you. Why not? Ha ha, I don't know. So how do you know it happened? Because they saw him. Who saw him? I don't know. It was very dark, so how do you know? I can't tell you. First of all, what the hell are you asking me questions? Yesterday, he got so mad that he pulled them off, having the nerve to ask him questions about something he can't explain at a time that he never saw, about the thing that never happened, and the nerve to bring it up in the middle of his conversation. So he said, that's it. What? I can't tell you. So a lot of people feel that this destroyed his viability because even some of the people were his greatest fans. And are wondering, is this man normal? Could he be a maniac? Or could he be a normal person who sees things nobody else sees? Is he such a genius that he could hear and see things that nobody in the world could find out about? Nobody knows what is it. So everybody now who wanted Perot before is walking around. You think we want him? I think we do. He'll make some president. He'll probably bomb Pittsburgh and that'll be it. Here is the lady. Are you standing here for a reason?
Yes, Mr. Mason.
What's in
I'd
your
like
mind?
to let you know that my name is Miss Zarina Dreams, and I'm also
Miss what?
running Miss Zarina Dreams. And I'm running as a writing candidate for presidency this year.
You're running?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
You're running as a...
Yes.
You're running as a write-in?
Right.
As a writing candidate?
Yes.
Boy,
And I
there's
have
plenty
three
of room
very
to write.
important issues. But I have three very important
Can you
issues.
tell me why you have to show this in order to be a writing candidate?
Well, it does help.
It does help. It doesn't help in terms of what's on your mind. It helps others.
Well, it can. It
Now,
can.
why are you a writing candidate for president?
All right, basically, three of my issues are lower taxes, a government for the people and by the people, and also a better health care system for the people. And do I have your vote?
A government for the people and by the people? What was
Right.
the first one?
Lower
a better health care
taxes.
system and
Right.
lower taxes.
Right.
You look to me like you're in favor of lower dresses. I don't know.
I'm
think
for
that's
the
a
rights
perfect...
of everyone in America to have the right to dress, speak, and do what they want to in their own bedrooms also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there any special bedroom you have in mind right now? But
Well,
I
we
really
can
think
discuss that later.
I think that's a beautiful platform, and I think everybody in the world would be in favor of it. I don't know anybody who's not in favor of lower taxes, better health care,
Right.
and more democracy, and everybody's rights should be
Right.
preserved and protected. Is that it?
Right, very much
And
so.
everybody should be in the bedroom. That's the main thing.
Yes,
Or do what you want in the bedroom.
do what you want in the bedroom.
And not only that,
Right.
if you're involved, you shouldn't be allowed to get out.
Now, wait a minute, do I have your vote?
You have my permission, and my phone number is Algonquin 784. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank
I'll be
you.
right back. Show you the commercials that are taking place in these two states, trying to ask for people to vote against the basic rights of the gay community. Watch this.
Where gays have special rights, school kids are taught this lifestyle is healthy and normal by law. Do we want to protect our children? Yes, we do. Vote yes on 2. Special rights for gays forces the law to protect this behavior. Do we want to protect Colorado? Yes, we do. Vote yes on 2.
Wait a second. Did you see that?
I saw that.
Now, what do you think of that?
Well, first of all, it's an incredible distortion of gay people. What they're saying, they're showing these pictures saying all gay people are like this. Now, you could show pictures of straight people doing some things that'll make the hair on your neck stand up. Also, what they're saying is that gay people want special privileges. We've never even gotten our equal rights, let alone special privileges. Gay people want equal rights. The right to keep our jobs, to keep our homes, to keep our children, since plenty of gay and lesbian people have children they're raising with good family values. And what these laws will do is take away the rights that gay people have. It would be the first time in our nation's history that state constitutions would be amended to take away the rights of individuals.
Which exact rights are they trying to take away? Do you know?
Yes.
In specific terms, which rights?
Specifically, in Oregon, they will require that schools...
Oregon, you said?
In Oregon.
Oregon.
Not Oregon, no.
Oregon.
In Oregon. Not Oregon. In Oregon.
Yeah.
This law
You come from a foreign state
I
someplace?
come from Queens.
Oh. They don't talk English in Queens?
No, we talk like you do. In
Are
Oregon.
you a Gentile?
No, I'm Jewish.
A Jew talks like this?
Yes.
But you didn't originally come from Queens. You come from a different state someplace.
No, I'm
right?
from Queens, but I went to school out of town and I learned to talk this way.
Which town did you go to?
I went to Poughkeepsie, New York.
What's wrong in Poughkeepsie that this comes out like this? So anyway, let me hear. What is this specifically?
So what this law will do is it'll roll back existing laws that have been passed by cities in Oregon. Let's talk about Oregon for a second. It'll roll back existing civil rights laws that have been granted to gay and lesbian people, and it will require...
Which civil rights laws do you know?
Yes, equal rights...
Are you a lawyer? Are you a lawyer?
No, I'm a journalist. Equal rights...
You have a job right now?
I write books. Yeah.
Nobody reads them?
Oh, everybody reads them.
So how come nobody ever heard of your book?
They have. I just wrote a book that I quote you in my book, my new book.
Oh, so it's not a bad book?
No, it's a good book. It's a good book.
What is it, fiction?
No. No, the new one is a book of humor. So, of course, I use
Some of my jokes.
I use one of your jokes.
You didn't ask me for permission.
Can I have your permission?
If you have a right to be a homosexual, does also give you a right to be a thief?
I give you credit for it. I say it's
You
your
give
joke.
me credit. What if you took apples from a grocery store and you slipped away? Say, I give you credit. I got it from that store. You allowed to steal because you give a guy credit? It's from my right to determine if I have a...
So we'll talk after the show. So,
let's get to the real issue.
So this law will require that schools teach children that homosexuality is an abomination, that it is wrong, that it's unnatural, that it's akin to sadomasochism, and any number of things.
They would have a right to teach that in schools.
They would be required
To teach it in
to
schools.
teach that in schools.
That nobody, they would try to make it sound like it's some kind of illicit, indecent,
yeah.
abnormal kind
Yes,
of
and
behavior.
if a teacher were fired from his or her job because of being gay, there would be no recourse. You couldn't.
And you could not.
I'm a gay teacher.
You're a gay teacher?
I'm a gay teacher in New York City, and I come out and I give workshops on homophobia and homosexuality, and I have had a very positive effect on many students' lives, whether heterosexual, bisexual, lesbian, or gay, in terms of understanding the lesbian and gay community. If Measure 9 passes in Oregon, somebody in my position will be fired just simply for being who we are.
Wait a second. They would have to first establish that you were involved in homosexual activity.
No, I am out as a gay male. I am out in the classroom. I am
Now,
out in public.
if you
So-
acknowledge your gayness
right
now in Oregon, before this is passed, you're allowed to teach right now.
Right, exactly.
Now, if this law was passed,
I will be fired.
you would be fired. But not only that, the teacher would have to actually be required to say that, tell the children, as would be one of the requirements, to educate the children into
I would have to
into
teach
rejecting
students- I would
gayness
have
as a
to
way of
teach-
life.
I would have
It
to
would be a
teach
requirement to actually teach that.
I would actually have to teach students to hate somebody like myself, just for being who I am, not even going to any other character.
What else are they trying to pass? Wait, yeah,
I have something to say on this.
go ahead.
You know, it's amazing. Everybody has all the rights that we have. By being a person, every one of those people have exactly the same civil rights that I have and that this crowd has. The only thing is...
Wait.
Let me finish. The only thing is...
What do you mean you have?
all the rights, every civil
mean right
right,
now?
as a person we have civil rights, they have the same civil rights.
Wait.
All they want us to do is to recognize an objectively disordered condition, homosexuality. Now, they are forcing homosexuality in a positive vein in a New York City school board. Oregon, says, New York, baby, you guys are all wrong. Homosexuality is not normal. It's a perversion. And it is. But the homosexual, we respect homosexuals. We give them all the dignity. They want to be victims. They love victimization. That's their main goal.
Who's built up? Who's built up?
Listen, I'm also a
You're built up?
Yes. When he says gays have the same rights as everybody else, that's not true. There are 6 states in the country which recognize lesbian and gay civil rights. One of them is not Tennessee. There's a restaurant chain there called Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel fired people simply for being lesbian or gay. I've got right here the pink slip, the termination notice. It says this employee is being terminated due to violation of company policy. The employee is gay. Now, I think the American people are fundamentally fair. Yes, people ought to be able to hold a job. They ought to be able to walk into a restaurant
But he
and get
said they have
served.
the same civil rights.
But here you can fire somebody simply for being gay.
Wait.
That's right.
What's that?
Thought this man was gay and fired him from his job.
He would have
He would have no recourse. In
I
most
would
states.
keep
But that's
my
not
gayety
true.
quiet.
That's
I
not
have
true
all
in
the
New
rights.
York.
I wouldn't
In New York, they have
let
a right
the world
to...
know that I was a homosexual. That's none of their business.
You would keep
You see,
quiet.
You
Is that
people,
right?
I would keep quiet.
Wait.
You
You would
people,
keep quiet.
you people want to pronounce the fact that you are gay and you have practicing homosexuality.
I'm Jewish.
You keep
I'm
it
proud of
quiet.
the fact that I'm Jewish too. What's wrong with that?
Well, I want to ask you a question. Aren't you abridging his civil rights when you told me he has to keep quiet about it?
No, I'll
Why
tell
is
you-
he obligated to keep
I'll tell
quiet?
you why.
Why shouldn't he have the right to publicly be whatever he is?
I'll tell you why. Homosexuality.
What people do in the privacy of their own bedrooms is their own business. We desire to make no laws against that.
Wait a second.
However, the problem is we are too obsessed in this country with our individual rights. The social order and the condition of a healthy society comes
Wait, let him talk. Go ahead.
that holds the health of society holds precedence over
You must
my
be a Puerto
rights.
Rican. Are you a Puerto Rican? That's I admire a guy like you.
The social
Thank God we got a guy with takes a Puerto Rican to keep a Jew quiet. Go ahead.
The social order and the health of society takes precedence over my rights and your rights.
Jackie, what about the rights of parents? What about the rights?
Wait. Let's get to one issue at a time. Why should a homosexual person, if he's not destroying your rights or affecting your rights, why should he feel obligated to keep quiet anymore? Why is...
I don't talk about my heterosexuality. I don't pronounce who I go to bed with.
Wait a second. If you feel like announcing your heterosexuality, would anybody say you have no right to make an announcement out of it? What right do you have to abridge his right to free speech?
You don't have a right.
Or the freedom to be whatever he pleases? How does his freedom...
Homosexuality? There's no right to homosexuality.
Why not?
There's no right to a sexual activity or behavior. Behavior doesn't have rights. They have rights by virtue of their personhood.
Wait a second.
That's why they're sexual behavior.
When did you decide? When did you find out that in a democracy, anybody has a right to tell you how you have a right to behave or how you're allowed to behave?
Keep it quiet.
Now, keep it quiet. Let you speak. The point of coming out of the closet, as we say, let me just finish. We let you speak. Is that there was so much negativity around the lesbian gay community. You all would have to admit that by the time a child gets to the first grade, they have already heard terms like fagula and faggot and sissy and maricon and bot. Let me finish.
And lesbian.
And lesbian and bulldog. That by the time they even get into the first grade, our community is completely smeared. The purpose of coming out of the closet and trying to serve as role models is to show that there were all types of people that are lesbian or gay, that we need a voice as well. It's not that I speak to my students about what I am doing in the bedroom. It's that they see a teacher that they like and respect, and that I am also a gay male, and that I also happen to be HIV positive, and I'm not going around as a crazy human being and feeling like a victim. I take control of my own life, and I try to instill respect in those students. The problem is many of you are acting as experts on who I am, and you are not experts on who I am. I know who I am.
Wait a second.
Good news for people taking Cardizem SR.
I need a refill on my Cardizem SR.
You may want to see your doctor before your next refill, because there's another Cardizem available, Cardizem CD.
What's the difference?
Cardizem CD should save you money.
Can you give me Cardizem CD?
Only your doctor can change your prescription. Ask your doctor if Cardizem CD is right for you.
Cardizem CD. Thanks. I'll ask my doctor.
At Champion, we have the best trained employees and loan officers in the business. They'll put you at ease and take the time to walk you through the second mortgage process step by step.
At first, I didn't know what that meant, so she explained it. Being gay is just one more kind of love.
I think all life is a balancing of rights, and frankly, I've always fought for homosexual rights, but this I find intrusive. I think there are certain things best left to parents, and I think this is probably one of them. And there's enough exposure to homosexuality in life that you don't have to thrust it on a 6 or 7-year-old.
It's the same as abortion. Wait.
I need to say something about violence, because gay bashing is one of the main reasons we want this in the curriculum, because 80% of the people who beat up lesbians and gay men on the streets and often kill us are teenagers, young people, because young people are indoctrinated by the whole society, by people like you, by their parents, by the schools, by the churches, to hate lesbians and gay men.
No, there's a difference.
And that is why, let me finish, because I want to tell, I want to tell about the murder
1 second,
in
let her
Oregon.
finish.
I'm going to finish,
Let her finish. Go ahead.
Because of people like you and your teaching, 2 people were killed in Oregon in September. Skinheads tossed a firebomb through the window. They tossed a Molotov cocktail through these people's window, an African-American lesbian and a white gay man, simply because they were gay.
Wait a second.
And they were burned to death.
Wait a second. There's a very profound difference. There's a very profound difference between teaching this as an alternative lifestyle and allowing people to get killed. Nobody says that you can't condemn. You can't condemn violence. If you don't have to, that doesn't mean you can't condemn violence and therefore also make it acceptable. What if you're a Gentile and you don't want your child to be raised Jewish? Does that mean you also want to kill Jews? One thing has nothing to do with the other. Let me hear.
I want to refute what this woman just said, because the fact remains, if you look at crime statistics, the vast majority of quote-unquote gay bashing is done by the homosexual community themselves.
In what way? In what way?
Because what happens is, because it's a promiscuous society and one guy is sleeping with another guy who's sleeping with another guy, they got a lot of jealousy built up, and there is a tremendous amount of murders in the homosexual community. Just look at the police files. It's loaded with it.
Well, one thing has nothing to do with the other. The fact that homosexuals might want to kill each other has nothing to do with your right to kill them. You don't suddenly develop a right to kill somebody because if you don't kill them, they'll kill each other. Excuse me, that's far from logical thinking. Next.
I just moved
No
here.
insults, please. There will be no insults on this show unless I do it. Sorry.
I just moved here from Oregon, and while I was there, I belonged to a gay, lesbian, bisexual rights caucus for a political committee. And some of the most horrible threats that I received were from 17 and 18-year-old people telling me and my friends that we have a disease. It was because of people teaching us that it was wrong in schools or that it wasn't acceptable. I truly believe that if things like this were implemented into schools, views like that would change if we taught that it was a healthy lifestyle.
Can I add something, please? Please. I'm a member of the Concerned Parents for Educational Accountability. In a democracy, we have a presidential candidate in our audience. In a democracy, every vote counts. When 10% of the community tries to bring a private agenda with public funds into public schools without the consent of the parents had no knowledge of this curriculum until groups like my own, Concerned Parents, began to advertise it without the help of the media, began to advertise what is going on in the school. And now the parents are learning about it, they are outraged. It is outrageous that if 3 people on the multicultural curriculum, what happens to be a multi-behavioral curriculum, it's not a multicultural curriculum, out of the 3 people, Andy Hum, one of the greatest gay activists in the United States, who began the Gay and Lesbian Television Network, Andy Hum, who is working with the Hendrick Martin Institute, Andy Hum is one of the 3 voices that shaped this curriculum. This is not a consensual curriculum. I have nothing against the gay community, and we are not gay bashing. Listen, one moment.
Let him finish, please.
One moment, please.
Where did you learn that you have to talk just when he's finished?
One moment, please. I have nothing against the gay community. Yet, just a moment.
Please, let him finish.
Just a moment. In a democracy, you are able to express your opinion and rally around your opinion. Rally around your candidate. However, when the democracy votes, the decision is made. And that's where parents have not been involved in that decision-making. That is unfortunate, and that we are resisting. You have a right to promote a lifestyle. You have a right to promote a lifestyle, but you do not have that right to go beyond parental consent. The school system is not bait for political referendum.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You're going to talk in a second. You'll all be allowed to talk in 1 minute. I'm not going to take you right away from the answer, but I just want to ask you a question. What is it that you heard or that you found out in this educational process that disturbs you?
Mostly, it begins on the multicultural curriculum where they try to de-sex the child. Boys wear pink, girls wear blue. They are teaching this curriculum in District 11. There is a Gay and Lesbian Teachers Association that has a green light in every classroom to teach this curriculum in every subject. So that when they teach mathematics, that Johnny has, his mother and father have 7 oranges. Billy's 2 mothers have 8 oranges. How many oranges, more oranges does Billy have?
Now, that's exactly what I was talking about before. Now the question is not whether you're protecting your own rights, but whether you're intruding on somebody else's rights. And here, wait a second. Let me hear.
He said we were 10% of the population.
Right.
So if we're 10% of the population, then it seems to me when teachers are teaching about kids and parents, that 10% of what they teach about should be gay and lesbian-headed families. Because why?
No, if it
that's
affects
families come in all shapes and sizes, and really what makes a family is loving and caring and commitment. And certainly lesbians and gays fit into that, and I think that needs to be accepted. We need to preach tolerance and understanding.
But you're not asking just for tolerance. You're asking for an educational process that teaches something that they disagree with, and they are the majority.
And if it is democracy,
and it will affect the behavior of their children in the ways that they find unacceptable. Wait a second. Wait.
When the person who doctors the family gets a cough and cold, everyone suffers.
Mom, someone took my sleeve.
I earned it myself. Time to doctor that cough with Robitussin, because more doctors and pharmacists recommend Robitussin than any other cough medicine.
Look, Mom's feeling better.
Robitussin, recommended by Dr. Mom. Which Robitussin is right for you? Ask your doctor or pharmacist. And now there's Robitussin cough drops. Cough drops from the cough experts.
Things were rough before I got laid off, and then, wow. Creditors calling day and night, foreclosure notices on our house. My wife finally stopped the madness.
How?
Called Jacoby and Myers. Instead of losing everything, all we lost were the bill collectors. Our bankruptcy lawyer helped us keep our house, furniture, my tools. You know, the bankruptcy laws aren't just for big corporations.
What's next?
I think we got a shot at getting our credit back.
Wanted.
Flyer says he killed a cop.
Hunted.
Police have issued an all-points murder warrant for Sergeant Reno Rain.
And on the run.
You're being set up, man. You gotta get out of here.
A rebel cop accused of a crime he didn't commit.
If you are innocent, you've got nothing to worry about.
I am innocent. But the system's gonna fry me anyway.
Lorenzo Lamas is the Renegade.
Renegade, Thursday at 8 on Channel 9. Venture into the unknown, into a world of ageless heroes, timeless beauty, and darkness.
Where do I come from?
Where a legendary swordsman seeks the ultimate prize of infinite knowledge and holds in his hand the fate of the world. Highlander, Thursday at 9 on Channel 9. Catch all the heavenly fun on Amen tonight at 11.
Now, okay, first of all, let me just say something. We have a protest November 6th in front of the Board of Education in 110 Livingston in Brooklyn. And why? Because this has continued to manipulate itself and funnel its way without the consent of the parents. The parents are angry because Chancellor Fernandez has allowed this to continue to funnel without the consent of the parents. Now, where are the rights of the parents right now? Why aren't the parents being told that, yes, these are the books, this is what we're going to teach the children, anal, oral sex, dental dam, that many of you don't even know what it is. Just a moment, please. Let me finish. But why is the Board of Education keeping this discreetly? And when they actually send out a sample letter stating HIV/AIDS curriculum being taught, which is nothing but a smokescreen, and not actually saying what is actually else going to be taught within that curriculum. Not talking about these agencies made up of homosexuals coming into the classrooms, talking with the children and telling them to exploit and be creative into the homosexual lifestyle.
I think you're right. I want to say so. I never took it. It's not my place to take a stand on this issue. It's not my...
I want to respond to this because this is the major issue that has been confused. I teach on both issues. Excuse me, because I want to speak directly to this man.
What?
Okay? I teach workshops on homophobia. Well, you're in my way. Stop. On homophobia and homosexuality. I'm Jewish too, so be quiet. And the other issue is that there is a curriculum, which I teach, like I said before, I am HIV positive. I do not want any teenager to become infected. I do not teach about, let me finish. I do not teach about homosexuality. I teach about safe sex to protect students' lives. Wait, that's one issue. That's
in other words, you don't even mention homosexuality.
No,
with references. He just told you he doesn't even mention.
To clarify?
Please.
Sorry.
He's not even mentioning homosexuality with reference to sex.
We talk about ways that HIV can be transmitted. That's on the high school level. 1 second. The curriculum that talks about different types of families is the Children of the Rainbow curriculum in the first grade. There is no mention of, quote, sexuality. These two issues, because I'm a teacher. Because I have
it. Does it not say, and it's for K to 6, does it not say if the question comes up about anal or oral sex that you're to address it?
In the Children of the Rainbow, absolutely not.
You're a liar. You're a liar, and if you want me here tomorrow night with the book, I'll bring it.
I
have a copy of the book.
There is a point.
I have
There's a point. May I address it? May I address it? There is a point. There are two separate curriculums. There's no doubt about it. As parents become informed, they recognize there are two separate curriculums with the same spirit. The separate curriculums are teaching in the first grade that homosexuality is the moral equivalent to heterosexuality.
Why isn't it?
Just a moment.
Why it isn't?
Because Scripture says it isn't.
address the issue.
1 second, you'll be next.
I'd like to address the issue. Just a moment. The point is this.
Yes.
In public schools, the basics should be taught, and there should not be an indoctrination of children into any particular lifestyle. This lifestyle was introduced circumventing a process of parental input, and that's what we are objecting to.
That's right.
Religion has nothing to do with it. I believe the National Democratic Front, we say that religion is irrelevant in this issue. It is a question of nature and biology.
Religion, he's 100% right. Religion does not dictate human behavior in a democracy. That's why we have church and state separation. It's elementary. But he did say, but majority should be considered, and the majority and the effect on the majority, and they have a right to vote on what they find acceptable to the majority. And if it doesn't truth, I'm sorry. What's that?
I have the right as a parent to raise my children with morality, what I feel like teaching, not what they want to shove down their throat, because they want to come out of the closet, they want to shove me in.
That's right.
Do you think that's a heterosexual lifestyle? I don't think so. Our schools need money from a budget cut that we're suffering from. It don't need your lifestyle in it.
You have.
It don't need your lifestyle in it.
Wait a second. She talked. You make sense there. You have every right to say what you said. I don't know who's right yet. It's up to you. That's right. As a parent. If she feels. 1 second, please. 1 second, please.
If I have children in my home, I would teach them to respect the differences in people. There are differences in everyone. If I choose that you specify lesbian and gay, you're not. But I don't believe.
Please, sweetheart. Go ahead. In other words, what you're saying is that you're not trying to indoctrinate them to behave your way. You're just asking them to respect your way.
That's right.
And to respect your right as a human being. But they're claiming that you're going a step further. When you intend to or not in this indoctrination, what they're complaining about is a teaching.
Respect the process. Respect the process.
But your process is condemning me.
1 second, please.
Your process is condemning me and not respecting me as a human being.
We're going to cut now for a minute.
You're not going to get respect.
Clint Eastwood, the candidate out to clean up our streets.
Why do they call you Dirty Harry?
He talks softly.
Mary had a little lamb, his fleece was white as snow.
And votes with the muzzle of a .44 Magnum. He's the politician who says what he means. Is as mean as he sounds.
You could ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Election day, vote the Law and Order ticket. Dirty Harry. 8 o'clock only on Channel 9.
The difference between me and Al D'Amato is crystal clear. I support national health insurance. D'Amato doesn't. I'll protect a woman's right to choose. Al voted to ban all abortions. D'Amato still supports Bush policies that cost us billions. I'll fight for New York's fair share and change how Washington does business. But the only way to change Washington is to change the people we send there.
It's our first new car.
Your Toyota dealer invites you to discover the all-new Corolla.
After the baby, we needed something a little bigger.
More room than ever before with a standard driver's side airbag and available ABS.
We needed something we felt we could depend on.
Plus, Corolla's reputation for value and reliability that Toyota dealers have been delivering for over 25 years.
Afford it? The only hard part was choosing the color.
Rediscover value at your Toyota dealer and discover Corolla again.
You're going to be living here for a long time, probably another 70, hopefully, or 80 years, and you need to have a place where you can survive and enjoy life. You need to think about how you want your role to be.
We have to teach children, people my age, and even people younger, people in first and second grade, about other people.
Now, obviously, there's a wide range of disagreements here. The homosexual community feels that they're all asking for is equal rights and civil rights, and they're telling you that it goes past civil rights because there's all kinds of... They feel that teachings are coming through in this attempt for equality, to achieve respect. Meanwhile, all of a sudden, other thoughts are coming in about how it might not be so bad to try this, try that, and they feel that all of a sudden, kids are learning things that are making it sound like it's not a bad idea to maybe try it.
I think we need to really look at misinformation that's been put out about people of color in this country and misinformation that is continuing to be put out about lesbian and gay people. And the Children of the Rainbow curriculum, which I have read and which many of the parents that you are organizing have not read, unfortunately.
It's not available. The school board stopped selling it because of the furor that it's raised.
But unfortunately, parents are being organized on ignorance. I want parents to read this curriculum.
It's not
I
a
want them to
multiracial,
understand.
it's not
I
a
also want to finish
multicultural
without you
curriculum.
interrupting me. I want
It's a
parents to
multi-behavioral
understand that the curriculum
Black is not the
also
same as
deals
gay.
with very important issues of race and ethnicity and disability.
That
And
is
that is the curriculum that you are organizing parents against.
Wait a second. We're coming back to the same issue again. You're asking for an opportunity to have civil rights, and they're telling you you're passing civil. You're going past civil rights, and you're intruding on their rights. Now you're saying that they're not in favor of violating your rights. They're not in favor of committing it. They are against every one of these people.
Donna Makowitz from the Village Voice said this is recruitment. In her own article, she said this is recruitment. They are recruiting our children for a gay and lesbian lifestyle. That's her.
Excuse me, I'm talking now.
Wait a
Jackie,
second.
this
Wait
is
a
very,
second.
let me speak. If you want to
Wait a
put on my
second.
articles,
I'll let you speak in a second. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
We do know that we should respect everybody's rights. The only question is this. Are you violating their rights? And they feel you are. The least you should do if you don't, is that allow it to be voted upon.
Amen.
So
No, I'll tell you why you're wrong,
because
Jackie.
if they feel you're intruding on their rights, they have every right to put a stop to
I'll
it.
tell you why that's wrong.
Why is it wrong?
What me very much of the battles in this country over race and segregation in the school system. These are like the white parents who didn't want their kids to go to school with black children, because God forbid their children might learn that black children should be respected. This is just like that. They are the people standing at the schoolhouse door saying, no, my children will not learn respect for blacks. It's very much like that. We need to teach respect for everyone.
German does. When? Oh, it does.
1 second. We have
homosexual agenda.
Wait 1 second. Don't be
We need
next.
an American revolution against racism. Cynthia Jenkins, the Assemblywoman, wrote to the Sun, which is a very popular newspaper. She said, we need an American revolution against racism. And that's what we need to teach white and black and every colored child to respect one another. That's what we need. Not an agenda, not a program promoting homosexuality, not a program promoting pimps or prostitutes or skinheads. That has nothing to do with education. Let's start with eradicating racism in the public school system.
Character building. Please, just a moment. Just a moment, please. Just a moment, please. We have to understand one thing, and let's stop trying to manipulate what we're trying to bring out. We're not for gay bashing and discriminating, and I'm going to keep repeating that. Please understand that. What we are just trying to come out and say is, by saying that homosexual is normal, okay, listen to me, please. By saying that it's normal, and then having the children to come back to their parents, okay, and saying to the mommy, is homosexual normal? You're going to twist a child's mind. Just a moment. Okay, I'll tell you, society. I'll tell you. In a given
Wait 1
society,
second.
I'll tell you what I'll say.
Let him finish, please.
I'll tell you what I'll say. Respect and show them what character building is about. School is one thing for math, science, reading, and writing. Where is that? Where is that? Our children in New York City are losing those capabilities and functions. What does lifestyle have to do with it?
Wait,
Let's get involved
please.
with character building.
1 second. We got your point. What did you want to say?
I just want to say, throughout my entire education, I've been taught that heterosexual is normal
When I realized that I was bisexual, I tried to kill myself several times. I've also been victim, I've started an organization at Seton Hall University, and because of my article in the school newspaper, people have been passing out my room number and saying, you know, this is a great place if you want to go kill a faggot. And, I mean, it's put me in a great amount of anxiety.
I want to ask you a question.
I agree. I would like to ask a question, too.
Let's hear what she has to say. I'll get to you next.
May I speak?
Please.
Therapist, and
She's a therapist.
I'm a therapist, and I see this kind of pain every day with someone trying to kill themselves. What we need is education of the gay community. What you people are treating these people like they're sick and there's something wrong with them because you don't understand what it's about. This is not, they're in the bedroom part of their life. That is not what they're about. That's part of their life. If you understood this, they wouldn't have to do it in the schools.
Let me ask you a question.
They have to do it in the schools because
They never consented me.
We're treating it like it's dirty. We're treating it like we used to treat sex. This is not about sex.
So why has their lifestyle started out?
This is about teaching your children there are different things in the world. You can't screw up a child and make him homosexual by teaching him homosexual.
I might something else.
Let me ask you a question.
You cannot.
Wait, please.
You're saying that every person who attempts to is gay.
I'm relating to that man.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, no, you misinterpreted me.
The schools are supposed to deal with every child. There are some things that are personal, that are family-oriented and belong in the family, not in the public
But the families
sector.
aren't teaching that.
You have no right to decide that.
Don't
You
tell
have
me as
no
a
right
parent.
to decide that. Parents are getting involved. There are several of them here.
Families aren't teaching that. They're teaching hatred of
You don't have the right to make that decision.
Asking you something else. She's saying to you.
Jackie. That I was a school system, how come nobody ever taught me that I have a right to be, that we shouldn't be called fag, and that I, at 17 or so, was to let me finish, because everything that I taught and heard was negative about lesbians or gays. All we are saying is let's teach that lesbians and gays...
Let's assume we did not teach... Let's assume we didn't have anything about being negative in any way. Nothing was stressed about being negative. Does that mean they have to stress that it's necessarily positive? What if they decide? What if you say you should respect every person of every social or sexual preference? But at the same time, why should you have to also say that therefore you have to welcome them as possible marital? Why? Why do you have to? Let's assume there are Hindus in this country and Muslims all have an alternative lifestyle. Hindus believe in having 3 wives. Some people believe in nothing for a living, sit on chairs all their life. Everybody has a different kind of preference. You don't say that the school must therefore teach every kind of religious and social preference any division has. All you say is that you should respect every human being for whatever way they want to live. And why is it therefore?
You have to recognize one thing.
1 second, we'll be right back.
What's clear? Crystal clear Amoco Ultimate. What isn't? All other premium gasolines. What's clear? Amoco Ultimate only premium refined extra step to remove impurities other premiums in. Impurities that can rob your engine of...
I want to take this to another avenue of the same basic subject, but in another direction. One of the most interesting questions now taking place, and it's being argued on the very highest levels of the military themselves, is whether homosexuals should be allowed in military service. Are they an intrusion? Are they a threat? Are they a disturbance or not? Could they work cohesively and comfortably with other people? And if not, why not? And I know there are a lot of people. Is there somebody here from the military here? How do you do? Now, are you gay?
I'm gay, sir. I was discharged from the United States Navy. I came out in 1970.
Right.
Even though I'd achieved the rank of E5, I was an air-sea rescue crewman.
You know what
merely by the fact that when you see the guys hanging off the helicopter saving people from drowning, that's what my job is, okay? All right. Even though I had done all this, the minute they found out I was gay, they tried to give me a dishonorable discharge. Get the same thing that you people get. I had to fight for 2 damn years in the courts of this country to get not a full honorable, general under honorable conditions. Not because I didn't perform my duties, not because I didn't defend your right to say what you're saying about me, because I was gay. Where were my civil rights then? They didn't exist.
Say that again.
Uncomfortable. See, that was they said. That was why they said that black units should be segregated from white units in the army. That's
No,
the
no.
argument. No, I'm serious, Jackie. It was. That was the argument.
The correlation is not that great.
No, it's the same thing. Listen, Jackie, they said white officers will feel much too uncomfortable serving in the same army units with black officers. Therefore, we must keep the military segregated. That's the same argument we're using now. The truth is, it's false. The truth is, excuse me. The truth is,
Please, mister, let us talking.
Let me finish,
Some
sir.
people-
Let me finish. I've
You
done
want-
a lot of research
If you
on
intrude
this.
one more on her
The truth
statements,
is-
you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You know why?
truth is- The truth is that it's the same argument they use. And saying that bigots' uncomfortableness is his justification for bigotry and discrimination,
But-
that's completely false.
but let me ask you a question.
Uncomfortableness, we need to erode.
Let's get back to the issue. Why do people, if they do feel uncomfortable, is there any relationship between all the negative ways that lesbians and gays are talked about and shown in society, and then an adult in the military maybe feeling uncomfortable with somebody else who is? I think that people do.
That's a very
I'm
good
a teacher, but I'm not there to have sex with my students. I'm there to teach them. He is there to be a commander of a group of
Right,
men.
right.
That's it. That's where it ends. And if he
Right.
is respectful, then it should not be an issue.
Wait, let me hear from the lawyer, please.
Other people have rights too. What about a mother in Ohio who's sending a 17 or 18-year-old boy to the army? Doesn't she have the right to say, listen, if there's going to be homosexuals, fine, I don't want to send my son. I mean, you can't look at everything from your...
What about Jackie?
Let him finish. Let him finish.
What about
Please.
Jackie? If he went to a hotel in
Please,
Miami...
let him finish.
Why do you... Jackie, if
Let
you
him
went to a
finish.
hotel in Miami 30 years ago, they would feel uncomfortable with you.
If what?
If you went to a hotel in Miami 40 years ago, they would feel very
Who
uncomfortable.
would feel uncomfortable with me?
The Miami hotel people.
Why?
Because they would... Because you were Jewish.
I fooled you. I'm not Jewish.
No, my point is...
I'm a Puerto Rican. He's Jewish.
My point is a simple one. You have mothers all over America trusting their sons. If they don't want their sons to get
about their
involved in that kind of...
daughter? Wait,
That's
wait.
their
Raul,
choice.
wait.
They
Wait,
have
let him
rights too.
Jackie,
What is your answer to that?
my answer is that Raul Felda is a heterosexual supremacist who never occurs to him that maybe mothers may be just as upset that the heterosexual supremacists in the army may be after their daughters. He only brings up
Wait
their
a second.
sons.
That's
Let me
not
tell
the
you
question.
two
The
things.
question
You've
is
lumped
if
everybody sitting here together, and I don't think that's terribly fair. I mean, that's... number two, I'm not sending my daughter. I may have the same thoughts if I was sending my daughter.
You didn't mention that, though, because you are a heterosexual supremacist.
I didn't mention
like
that
that
because
group,
this gentleman spoke
like the
about
group of
male
bozos
behavior.
you're sitting with.
I've kept my mouth shut. You're saying this whole group, so you're lumping me with them. So far, since I've been sitting here, these people have expressed their rights, what they feel that they want to do with their children. Over here, I've been hearing how these people are racist, they're Nazis, they're gay bashers, they're this, they're that, everything else. It seems the gay bashing coming from that side, on your straight bashing. I haven't heard one thing said against.
The athletic. They are lesbian ladies who happen to be getting married. And I say, I respect your right to live as you please, to have a happy life together, and to enjoy life on your own terms. And they, as low as some of these people are, they don't resent it. And they're not against. Are you against this? Are you against their right to enjoy life? Answer the question. Are you against this? It's their business. It's their business. God bless you. God bless you. Live as you please. And it's none of your business how they live. And I cannot finish the show.
Just for the one.
I'm getting out of here.
How's that look?